Seeking the New Poetry, a selection of poems by Arjava, Part 1. I begin with one of Arjava's poems that has sung to me again and again, a chant of beauty and mystery, of delight and love. From the dusky borderlands of sleep. From the dusky borderlands of sleep I'd come, not empty-handed, but bearing strangely banded odorous blooms, whose vague recesses keep echoes wheeling round, the faint imprisoned sound from soft velvet beating wings that sweep in pale moth flight across the glimmering deep. Dream fragrances and patternings of trance, where the rich jeweled pinions gravely dance in that unhastening flight, into the dim delight woven out of the gloom upon the starry loom of night. Beauty. Out of the opening blossom, spirit flame, brandish thy fiery arrow, innerly aim. Bent be the bow with thy straining, taut the string, heartward the arrowy speedings, blithely sing. Enter the innermost chamber, O fire-born dart, till the rhythming love and thy beauty thrill through the heart. The future, dream steady dot of welkin light, serenest star, pale dewdrop on the hills of night, no after-droughts may mar. Thou gazest on pure truth of things, intrepid star, and spreadest spirit-laden wings where all bright pinions are. The shafts of death go wide their mark, unvanquished star, still shining through our mortal dark, woundless, without scar. O ranger with unshackled limbs, O unspent star, thy puissant joy no sorrow dims, no shades of wan hope bar. Be foretaste of some richer time, prophetic star. Hold, harbinger, a fairer clime, lapped in some future far. Dream interlude. The guiding voice with pleading cried, for third last test the hour now comes, when many have espied something of pixie power. With glad consent I took my way. A door was closed behind, a rocky slope, a twilight gray, a winding path I find. It seems to be the furthest bound of a pleasure garden wild. Trees loom above, below, around, but here great stones are piled to harbor plants that tuft and creep and nestle in their shade. On nearby path are men who sweep. My guide is half afraid. Their zealous care may interfere with what we plan to do. By upward path we disappear out of their rock-bound view, and through the wood expectant press to where the trees grow thin, a slender thong hangs motionless, as waiting to begin some magic dance that shall enhance slow pulse and vision dull. It trembles now, though yet in trance, impatient of the lull, as eerie calm before a storm sets quivering all the air. I fain would know what subtle form has power to make it stir, for in slow circles round it goes, then faster, wider flies. The silent woods no breeze disclose, no being stays our eyes. But fled are all the shadows, and vanished are the trees. The air's like sleeping crystal, unstirred by sound or breeze. The levelled rays from western sun are slanting through the sky, and hopes are poised, and spirits calmed, and keener grows the eye. The ground was rough with tussocks, with heather and jutting rock, on some long deserted hillside, ungrazed by herd or flock. "Oh, see the little fey balloons," I heard the guide exclaim, vision that could not pierce the veil more limpid than became. Encircling zones, bright diamond clear, the earth-jarred limbs and sense refresh, and mind must weave a quicker mesh, tuned to this joy-vibrating sphere. As one new-roused from sleep, I catch some fitful gleam of pearl-hued bobbing globulets like thistledown that seem to float in charmed security, nor groundward sink nor rise, and faint beneath their filmy fleet are bubbling, joyous cries. But here are dainty blooms and fairy toys for sale, exchanged for deep rich flowers, but not for blossoms pale or yellow-hued, declares some unseen guiding power, while in my hand I find a crimson faded flower. I stretch my hand toward a fairy woman seen as if in gypsy guise of sable, brown, and green. Her raven locks are braided, unshadowed is her face, where lurk no lie-bred cruelties, and terrors find no place. And for my earth-bruised offering, she renders in exchange the frail small blooms of fairy, shell-formed and colored strange. My whim turns now towards a globe that sails in air. 2 flowers are what you give, I learn, and grow aware of crushed dark sapphire blossoms, half withered, that I hold. "You give me flower corpses," she laughs, thus made more bold. I ask her how the fairies keep flowers from growing old. With quizzing smile, the laughing answer, "One rhythmic step the flower bud measures, another weaves our pixie pleasures, and life's the dancer." More fixed now becomes the half-familiar sight, eyes that draw their peacefulness from tarns on mountain tops, and ageless, even features, clear brown as autumn copse, subdued by cleansing flood of keen October light. And hers, the untamed certainty of plough-defying places, where swift or springy turf cloud shadows run their races. There through the flowery months blue butterflies will float, mingling with scent of furs, bird song, and cricket note. July 8th, 1931. Topaz and sapphire and ruby. Out of a hazy stillness, softly the bird notes call. Shatter your tired chillness, stay not within the wall. Unicorns play through the morning, Phoenix is lord of the noon. Centaurs give delicate warning under a huge red moon. Unicorn uncreated, time may grow tired, not you. For changes of rhythm are dated by the clang of your topaz shoe. Custom shall never confine you. Tame less the sweep of your horn, nor shall the future define you. Song of a new world born. Shadowless splendor of heaven, sapphire of endless extent, eldest day of the seven, immaculate bird that is sent from the high noon descending to foster the questing flame. For far beyond comprehending shines that from whence you came. Fearing no sword that may sever, diamond serene on the height, blissful beyond our endeavor, invisible day of our night. For still from the ruby beacon, faintly your rays are shed, and the ancient fetters weaken, and the young god lifts his head. His ivory shoulders gleaming are tinged with the ruby glow. His eyes of a far sun dreaming give aim to a steadfast bow. And under the feet of his living is the glint of a topaz shoe, and fragrant the flame of self-giving that the phoenix comes to renew.